G'day fellow moto vloggers, Bandit Nev on Samuki the Suzuki Bandit on this Wednesday afternoon. A little bit warmish, be about maybe 28 at the moment, about 28. So I've got my summer jacket on, and I've even got a high-vis vest for that. So I've got two, one for my summer and one for my winter jacket, which I've been wearing in the previous days because it's been so cold. It was about 19 the other day and it's quite cool. So what do I have for you at the moment? Well, if you follow my channel, you know that I've got a couple of computers. I've got a main computer which is in the computer room, as I call it, and that does all my rendering and all that sort of thing, because it's a faster computer than the one I had in the kitchen, which was about 10 to 12 years old, which is a fairly good run for a computer. Mainly because I really like the the brand Thermaltake, their brand cases and their brand power supplies, PSUs, which have always lasted a long time. So you sort of get to know these things when you've been in the business, well, not in the business but working in the business. You get to know what's good and what's not so good. But yeah, so today I bit the bullet and went out and bought me stuff. Now I did want sort of a budget machine, so I was going to go for the lowest CPU, the lowest graphics card, not so much for the motherboard. I went for an Asus Prime 570, and because I don't normally go for the lowest, I go for about the middle in the motherboard, around the middle of quality or pricing, or not the cheapest, not the dearest, but about the middle. So the video card, I went a lot higher than what I thought I would initially, because I decided that I'm going to use the new machine in the computer room and bring the computer room machine, which is 3 years old, into the kitchen. You might think, well, why have you got two, one in the kitchen? But because I haven't got a TV in there or anything like that. Now that we've got digital TV, you just don't get any analog signal anymore, and I just stream it. I stream the channels that I watch the news on through the computer and the internet. So that's one reason. And in the summer, I've got a nice air conditioner in there, and in the winter that is the heater as well. So you understand why. So anyway, I've got all the parts. I decided to get a new case with a power supply in it as well, and I've got two M.2 drives, two 500 gigabyte M.2 drives, because the main board takes M.2 by 2, whereas my older one only took one. And I'm going to put the SSD from my older computer in this one as well, which is not an M.2, but it is a SATA. So that'll give me another 500 gig, and I might even buy another one like that. The SSD SATA. So I've got 4 individual drives, and because that's how I like to work. I like to work with either partitions or drive letters. So I've got C, which is the bootable drive, D storage, E storage, and F storage. It's just the way I am. I've been doing that for years. I've always had 4 drive letters, so I know where basically everything is, instead of all cluttered onto one partition or one drive. So it'll have 4 drives in it when I'm finished, and it'll be equivalent to 2 terabyte. So that should be enough for the time being. And it's got 16 gig of RAM, 2 8 gig sticks, which will fill up 2 banks of 2 of the 4 banks of memory that you can put into the computer. And later on, if I feel like it, I can do a small upgrade and put 2 more in, which is not a real expensive upgrade, because it was only $109 for the 16 gig pack or kit of 2 8s, and 32 gig is plenty for Windows 10. Even 16 is quite good for Windows 10. I bought a Windows 10. This time I didn't go for Windows Home, I went for Windows Pro. So one will have Windows Home and one will have Windows Pro. The newer one will have the Pro. Normally I just pirate it, but well, that was in the days I had no money. Not that I've got a lot now, but I'm in a better position than I was, say, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I'm in a better position. So I haven't bought myself anything substantial for well over a year, so I thought, bugger it, I'll get myself a new computer. And like I said, I was going to go for a low-end computer, but I decided to go up a little bit, mainly for speed and for speed of rendering the videos, etc. Now folks, all I have to do is build it. That's going to be the next thing, so I will build it, and when I get the get up and go, and once I start it, I'll keep going until I've finished. It's just that initial start that will be the problem, but I should have it built in a couple of days, so it'll get the better of me sitting there, and I'll build it. The building doesn't look as hard as what it used to back in the 90s and that, so it's a lot easier these days to build a computer than what it was back in the 90s, let me tell you. But anyway, I think I covered everything. So this is Bandit Neb on some Mookie, the Suzuki Bandit, bidding you all very, very, very safe riding. And if you didn't understand everything, I can understand. It is a bit of jargon, as we call it as they called it in the industry. Bit of jargon there, but I know what I'm talking about. That's the main thing. Cheers for now.